Check this out. Everyone thinks that YouTube's success is all about views and subscribers, but that's actually wrong. When I was 46 years old, I escaped the time for money trap using YouTube's hidden power that most people are going to completely miss. I'm going to show you the exact difference between fast fashion content like TikTok and like Instagram and investment pieces, which would be making a YouTube, and why your experience over 40 is worth way more than a million followers. At 43, I owned a Best of Boston hair salon and I was making multiple six figures, but I was completely trapped in the time for money prison. Every single dollar required me to be standing in my salon and working behind the chair for 8 hours a day with zero flexibility. Meanwhile, my husband was living in Aspen, Colorado, and I was stuck in Boston. I couldn't leave because I owned my own business and I really couldn't figure out a different way to make money. Then I discovered YouTube's hidden power that most people completely miss, and it changed everything for me. Everyone thinks that YouTube is about going viral or getting millions of views, and that's actually wrong. While 22-year-old influencers create disposable content that disappears in 24 hours, I learned to build investment pieces that work for me while I sleep. My videos from years ago are still bringing me clients today. What I've built is something more valuable than just another job like my salon. It's a business that grows when I'm not working, income streams that aren't tied to my physical presence, and the freedom I can work from anywhere. So here's what no one tells you about escaping the time for money trap. It's not really about working harder or getting more clients and staying on that treadmill. It's about understanding the difference between creating content that's almost like fast fashion and actually making timeless investment pieces like a YouTube video. As women over 40, we have something that 22-year-olds really can't fake. We have real experience and the wisdom to know what actually works. My name is Megan Graham, and I help women over 40 build successful YouTube businesses through purposeful and strategic action. I'm going to show you exactly how I transformed my expertise into compounding assets and why your age and your experience are actually your biggest advantages in today's online world. Here's what nobody tells you about traditional businesses, even very successful ones like the salon that I used to own. You become a prisoner of your own success. The more clients that you get, the more hours that you work, the more money that you make, the less time that you have to go out and enjoy it and to spend it. I feel like I was living this reality every day. My salon was thriving. We had a waiting list of clients, but I couldn't take a vacation without losing income. I couldn't get sick without disappointing people. And I think the worst part about it for me was that I couldn't be with my husband because my income was tied to working in my salon in Boston while he was building his life in Aspen. I came to this realization that I was trading my life for money 1 hour at a time, and I knew that something had to change. Most business owners think that the only way to scale is to hire more people, open more locations, or raise prices. Basically, they think they just have to work harder. But there's a hidden fourth option that most people will never consider. What I discovered about YouTube wasn't about getting millions of views or becoming internet famous. It was something so much more powerful, and it was something that transformed how I made money. People always think that YouTube is all about views, subscribers, and going viral, and I think that's the wrong way to look at it. YouTube's real power is long-term gratification. When somebody is sitting down and they're watching your video for 20 or 30 minutes, they're not seeking instant entertainment. They're making a valuable investment in learning something. Think about it this way. Social media content is just like fast fashion, which, as you know, so many people dispose of. It looks so good for a moment. Everybody's consuming it, but it falls apart so quickly, and it truly does not hold its value. When you create YouTube content, it's like buying a Rolex or a classic investment piece, maybe like a Chanel. It's built to last, it holds its value, and it often appreciates over time. So while a TikTok could give you instant gratification for maybe 3 seconds before somebody swipes away, a YouTube video can hold someone's attention for an hour, and it can keep working for you for years. But here's the part that changed my life, and it's the opposite of what every social media expert is teaching. While everybody else was trapped and they were creating the fast fashion content, posting 3 to 5 times a day on Instagram and TikTok, I discovered the power of YouTube. And instead of creating content that disappears in 24 hours, I was creating things that people could find for months and even years later. The search option on YouTube is extremely powerful. So you can spend hours every single day creating disposable content, posting, trending audio, whatever's hot, right? But just like fast fashion, it's designed to be consumed and forgotten. If you create one great YouTube video, it's like investing in a piece that you'll treasure for decades, as will many other people. My videos from 2020 are still bringing me clients today. And that's the difference between building a business and building a job. When I was 43, I started making YouTube videos while still running my salon. And trust me, I never thought I was going to become a YouTuber, but I did know that I wanted to build a bridge to freedom, and I knew that YouTube was going to be that bridge. What I discovered about YouTube wasn't about getting millions of views or becoming internet famous. It was something so much more powerful, and it was something that transformed how I made money. Everyone thinks that YouTube is about views, subscribers, and even going viral. That's one way to look at it, but I consider it to be wrong. YouTube's real power is long-term gratification and content that is searchable for a long time. When somebody commits 20 to 30 minutes to watch your video, they're not just looking for instant entertainment, they're making an investment in learning something. Think about it like this. Social media content like TikTok and Instagram, it's like fast fashion. It looks so good for a moment, everybody's consuming it, but it falls apart quickly and it has no lasting value. YouTube content is like buying a Rolex or a Chanel bag. It's built to last, it holds its value, and you could even say that it might appreciate over time. So while a TikTok could give you instant gratification for 3 seconds before someone swipes away, a YouTube video can hold someone's attention for an hour, and it can continue working for you for years. But here's the part that changed my life, and it's the opposite of what every social media expert is teaching. While everyone else was trapped creating fast fashion content, I discovered the power of creating investment pieces using YouTube. Instead of content that disappears in 24 hours, I was creating assets that people could find for months or even years later. You could spend hours every single day creating disposable content and just feeding it and feeding it, quick posts, trending audio, whatever's hot today. But just like fast fashion, it's designed to be consumed and forgotten. Meanwhile, if you create one well-crafted YouTube video, it's like investing in a piece that you'll treasure for decades and it will keep working for you. My videos from 2020 are still bringing me new clients today. And that's the difference between building a business and building a job. At 43 years old, I started making YouTube videos and I was still running my salon. I wasn't trying to be an actual full-time YouTuber, if you will, but I was building a bridge to freedom. Now here's where the story gets really interesting and where most people probably would have made a massive mistake that could have cost them everything. I didn't quit my salon the moment that my YouTube income began to grow, although I wanted to. I'll be honest, it was very tempting. Instead, I built my online business to the point where it was generating a significant amount before I made the transition. By 46 years old, I knew that I had finally escaped the time for money trap. I closed my salon, not out of desperation, but from a position of strength, and I planned it. The transition actually wasn't scary because I had built something sustainable. My YouTube videos were working 24/7, my email list was growing automatically, and my income was no longer tied to my physical presence. Today at 48 years old, I'm building towards a 7-figure business with true time freedom. Not because I'm working more hours, but because I'm working smarter. My content is reaching women all over the world and my income grows while I sleep. This isn't about becoming internet famous, and it's really not about having millions of subscribers. It's about using the hidden power of YouTube with digital marketing to create the life you actually want. It's about turning your experience and your expertise into appreciating assets, YouTube videos, that work for you instead of working for them. And I think that the beauty of something like this investment strategy is that it does get easier over time. It's hard when you start, but it is so worth it. Your authority is going to grow. Your content library expands and your returns become more predictable and scalable. The question isn't whether this is possible for you. The question is whether you're ready to start building your own investment portfolio. It's not about if you can, it's about if you will. Every successful portfolio started with one single investment, or in this case, one single video. For me, it was picking up a camera and sharing what I knew. I wasn't perfect, I wasn't polished, but it was authentic, and I knew I had something valuable to share. So you don't have to be tech savvy, you don't need all the expensive equipment, and you definitely should not probably quit your day job tomorrow. But you can start building your portfolio of YouTube videos while you're still safely diversified. The women that are doing well online with their businesses are not the youngest and they're not the most polished. They're the ones who understand that their experience is their advantage and they have the wisdom to invest in quality over quantity. If you're ready to start building your own portfolio of content, I have created a special camera toolkit and it has everything that I wish that I had when I started to hit record on my first YouTube. So even if you've never been on camera before, this toolkit is going to eliminate every excuse and every technical barrier between you and your first YouTube video. It's going to show you my exact camera setup, but it's also going to show you a very simple low equipment setup for beginners, lighting secrets, some audio solutions, and the confidence building techniques that I use to go from a scared salon owner to a confident digital entrepreneur. Just remember that your experience is actually to your advantage and your story is going to be your strength, and the time to hit record is now. So click the link in my description below to get instant access to my free camera toolkit. Enter your email address and I'll send it directly to your inbox. Everything can start with one single YouTube video, and I'm so excited to help you create it. Well, everybody else, I was building something could confidently on. Sasha? I mean, I swear to you, you guys are unbelievable. I think you need to go away, okay? You guys are monsters. Yes, you are.